Well, hello again, everybody. Barry Amato here, still at the Nashville Palace out in Music Valley here, right outside of Nashville, Tennessee. And this is such a great place to come to whenever you come to Nashville. There's so many people that got their big break here. Randy Travis, Ricky Van Shelton back in the late 80s and 90s, just to name two super country music stars that got their start in Nashville performing here at the Nashville Palace. And today, we get to introduce yet another country great who you're going to be hearing great things from. He's a true Okie from Muskogee. His name is Wesley Michael Hayes. How you doing, Wes?
Doing well, Barry. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here today. I know you made the trek over from Texas to be with us, and we're glad we were shooting the dance instructional DVD today, and glad you got to be a part of that process. But the good thing now is that we get to introduce you to the dancers and let them learn more about you and your background. So before we get into all about the music and everything, just tell a little bit about your background.
Background is it's unique in and of itself, and a lot of songs have come from it. My folks had some difficulties early on, and marriage is tough, but my music came from that background. And so with my mother's side, her father was the son of a moonshiner, so all those brothers sit around and picked music of the evening. So I had that background, that demographic is kind of country music, hillbilly stuff, and then I'd go see my dad on the weekends. And my dad actually took me to a Jethro Tull concert when I was about 8 years old. So I don't recommend you take your 8-year-old to Jethro Tull concerts, but that's the kind of background that I had. It was very diverse. My dad loved Skinner and Stevie Wonder, Earth, Wind and Fire, and stuff like that. So I had the best of both worlds musically as far as being exposed to that. And I just grew up loving it. And I was an athlete, and from a family of athletes, I was expected to play. It wasn't, are you going to? And I was blessed. The good Lord blessed me with the ability to play all sports extremely well. I ended up going on to Northeastern State University, NCAA Division II school, and playing basketball. So my music always was a back burner. I loved it. I was passionate about it, but my bread and butter was the basketball or the football. And when that ended for me, I had no idea how therapeutic it was for me, an avenue to release rage and frustration and anger. And when that was over with, I really didn't have it anymore. And I went into teaching and coaching, and really when it came back around, just kicked the door down, was when my second-born son passed away. When he passed away, I found myself back in the dark days of just not having an outlet, not knowing what to do with myself. And one of my old buddies, Stephen Baldridge, who's with Go Wing Express, one of the biggest headlining bluegrass bands in America, he said, Wes, he said, dude, you need to write about your life. He said, you've lived a life that, he said, I couldn't have survived it. He said, you need to write about it. And I was about 27 or 28 then, and I just started writing. And most of what I write about is real life, except for this song that we're here for today. I never got rolled. For the record, I never got rolled by a call girl in Memphis. That's just a little bit of make-believe.
Well, I was going to ask you that because, in reading your bio, there's so much in your life. So many people go through so many hard times, and I know that you've been through your fair share, and it's reflective in your music, which is a sign of a great songwriter when they can take those experiences that they've been through, and you definitely have done that. So I was going to ask you, please tell me that, the song Memphis here about a girl who rolls a guy in the city of Memphis. I thought, is that something you've actually been through? So thank you for clarifying that, because I was going to ask if that was a life experience for you.
No, Mom, that never happened.
That's awesome. Ben, the CD, let's talk a little bit about this. This is brand new, just released?
Just released. Matter of fact, our CD release party will be August 20th in Tulsa, Oklahoma, which is about 20 minutes from my hometown of Coweta, and that'll be at Soul City, Tulsa. This CD is titled Bent because of the background I'm from, a little bit of the way I think about things is, I can find the humor in anything. And so, I've been saying, man, you got a warped, bent sense of humor, and that title's been with me for a long time. And some of the music on here is from Memphis to Rebel Heart, which is about wild women, to Cold Dead Hands, which is, pro-gun, pro-freedom of speech, and then all the way to Love and Pictures, which is a classic country love song ballad. It's a very diverse CD, so I think there's something in this CD for all listeners to enjoy. So.
Well, we're talking about you as a songwriter, an artist, a sports enthusiast, but we haven't heard the word dance mentioned yet. Do you dance at all?
You know what? I could cut a rug, as they say back in the day when I was playing in college. I lived for it. I mean, my priorities were so jacked up. It was drinking, skirts, and basketball, and so of course drinking and skirts involved the dance clubs. So yes, I'd love to dance. I still can dance. Of course, when you see me on stage performing, I'll get up and shake my money maker sometimes. But when I wrote Memphis, it was just, to me, I thought, this is a line dance song. We've got to have something to go with this. And of course, here we are sitting today. But if you can't dance, it makes you want to dance. We talked about that earlier. It's just infectious and contagious, and there's nothing better than watching people dance that can't actually dance. Because usually there's liquid courage involved, and you can kind of sit back and have a laugh. But I think it's just a great song for people who enjoy dancing, and you don't have to just do the line dance. You can just get out there and cut up and carry on and have a good time.
Well, that's the great thing about dancing. It not only is great for the enthusiast that likes to get on the floor, but it makes a great spectator sport too. People get so much joy out of watching it and everything. But when you mentioned that, as far as having that in mind, the dancers need to know that you had them in mind when you were writing this song, and all of a sudden it came out. It was like, wow, we need to service this to the dance community. So we're so glad you did. And ever since that, I've had it and I've been playing it and, choreographing the dance. I can't get it out of my head. It's one of those songs that you don't just need to dance to. You can actually put it in your car and roll your windows down and just drive down the road. It's one of those, even though it's a little bit tragic what the guy went through, it's just one of those feel-good songs. So I think people are going to really, really enjoy. Well, how can people get your music? Let's talk a little bit about that.
All over digital distribution, of course. This has not been physically distributed yet. I'm hoping to pick somebody up that sees the value in that, and we can go with them. But iTunes is, number one. First thing out of anybody's mouth is iTunes. There's Amazon, there's CD Baby. There's so many of them. I think there's over 2,200. So ideally what you want to do is type in Wesley Michael Hayes, and that's going to bring you to my website, first of all, which is wesleymichaelhayes.com. And you can see all of the information, our show schedules, all of the songs. We'll have a link, how to buy link. I think it's on Reverb Nation as well, so you shouldn't have any trouble finding any of the distributors out there that will carry all of these singles off of this album and the album itself. You can also buy the album itself. And also my first album, which was titled Yesterday, there are 12 tracks off of that. You can buy those as well. So all over.
What's up next for you? I mean, are you on the road right now, or what's happening? Can people come see you anywhere in particular?
Yes, we have played, as of today, almost 15 weekends in a row. So we have just been burning up the highways. We were in Texas 3 dates last week. We're in Texas, Oklahoma. We'll be at casinos in New Mexico, Arizona, South Dakota, just everywhere. We play everywhere. And of course, I don't really count this as a date today, but we did have to come out here and do the interview and do the dance and sing it a couple times. So I technically did count it, so it's on my show schedule as the Nashville Palace. But all my show information is on my website, wesleymichaelhayes.com, and of course I'm on Twitter, Wesley M. Hayes, Instagram, Wesley Michael Hayes, and I just plug all of our shows where we're going to be. A lot of times we'll do the stageit.com and we'll go live, so people that aren't able to drive to the show can be at home and click online and join us online and watch the live show there too. So a lot of stuff. Music videos are on YouTube. Wesley Michael Hayes and Outlaw Territory is the name of my band. All of our music videos are there. I think there are 5 videos on there right now. But we're just chasing a dream, man. And I tell my kids as a teacher and a coach, if you're going to dream big. Don't dream small. So that's what we're doing here, is dreaming big, and things are starting to come to fruition. We're small steps, but it's a marathon, so we're running it.
Right. Well, I want to encourage all of the choreographers and instructors out there. He has got some great music to offer. So I have a great feeling that people are going to be seeking out your music and seeing what other tracks out there that are going to be great. So we're going to have a lot of dances, I think, that are going to go well with your music. It's very well suited for the line dance community. I know right now we're trying to talk you into coming to Nashville this January for the World Country Dance Championships. So if you're going to be here, there is a possibility. We're not going to go ahead and slate and say for sure yet, but if so, they'll have an opportunity to meet you and see you perform in the variety show. So we'll just kind of hold out, and hopefully that'll be something on the radar that will get you here back to Nashville real soon and everything. So, well, I'll tell you what, Wes, it's been great here, having an opportunity to chat with you, share a little bit about who you are with everybody. And I'm really, really anxious for people to get to meet you one-on-one. Hopefully you'll be able to come to either your country, your town, or whatnot, and have an opportunity to perform for you live, and you can experience all his great music and his testimony of everything that he has done and everything he's written about. So we appreciate so much you being here in Nashville. I want you to have a safe trip back to Texas, and keep in touch with us, and we'll be looking for you out on the scene and looking for all the dancers out on the floor doing Memphis. So we thank y'all very much for tuning in again today. Barry Amato here from the Nashville Palace. And again, the song is called Memphis. The dance is called Memphis, choreographed by myself, Rachel McEnany, and Madison Glover. And it's on the CD Bent that you can get, wesleymichaelhayes.com. Be sure you check out all of the goods that he has on there as well, schedule and everything. Until next time, we will see you out on the dance floor.